Well, hello, this is Rosa RCG Creations. How are you doing? I'm bringing to you today and bear with me, I'm already dripping sweat. Prepping and getting everything ready. Let me angle this just a little bit. I'm pooped. But after this, I can make this, put them away, put my stuff away, all the ingredients, wipe the table down, and then I can get ready to go and take a chill pill and relax before I go to bed. Because I got work tomorrow morning. What we're making is a bunch of variety of chicken freezer meals. I'm doing tonight's nothing but the variety of chicken freezer meals. Okay, and I'm showing you these adapters that you use to hold your bags. Okay, but I wanted to show you they come. I ordered the one. These are from Amazon. I ordered a package of 4. You could do the 1, you could do, I think 1, 2, and 4, I believe. But anyway, I did the 4 because I knew when I make these, I'm going to be doing batch cooked meals because that's such a time saver. So anyway, it all came in this little plastic bag. And they're all individually wrapped. As you can tell, I've already done 3 of them. But I wanted to show you, all of this is just plastic. Sorry for the noise. So that's going to go in the garbage. Then typically you would wash these, but because they're never going to touch any food, I don't see a need in wasting my time washing them. But of course if they get dirty, you just wipe them down with a wet towel. This is the rubber to bottom here. And see that? That little black area here is the rubber bottom. And then you leave it there and look. Yeah, I can move it, but it's not going to be like terribly when I'm putting stuff in there. Okay, so then you get, what's nice about these is they come and you can adjust the length. So it's like a little zip tie thing. Okay, see the little ridges on the edges right here on both sides. So this way you can adjust like for a small, because you never know, you may be just you yourself and you don't need a gallon size bag, but this is for me and hubby, and we always make enough for dinner and lunch for the next day. So we'll always do enough for 2 meals in 1 container. Okay, so that's all the way up. That's all the way up. And the little holders, I just wanted to show you because this is my review of these items. And I just called them Ziploc holders is what I call them. I don't know. I'll put the official name in the description box and a pop-up, and it'll be the actual name on the actual title of the video. But here's the little grooves where they slide up and down. Okay. And again, there's the back of it. So all you're doing, which is fairly simple, and as most of you know, especially my regular subscribers, I recycle everything. This had nothing but a full container of pastries that was already in a package that had been opened. So instead of putting the whole thing in another container, I just stick it in a bag. Then I'll rinse and wash the inside of it out because it didn't do nothing but hold the little plastic, the little styrofoam container that had the cookies in, the plastic on top of it. So the food really never touched the bag. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a recyclable bag. But of course, you do yourself, you do what you want to do. But I'm just, every little bit of saving a penny here and a penny there really adds up. Then you just insert the bag in between the little clips that are right here. You see that? Right there. And then that holds the bag. Okay. Now let me get all of my stuff here out of the way. And I got more recipes than I have food. But I'm going to try some different marinades that I haven't had before. And I am going to make like the honey Dijon chicken. Hubby and I love that. So we're definitely going to be making 2 of those today. Okay. So let me put this right here so I can still see it. But it's out of my way here. Okay, so the first one's going to be garlic chicken and broccoli. Now, a lot of the stuff I got it from the Taste of Home website. I did go through a lot of websites and I went through a lot of YouTubes, and I just want to make my life easy. So I just printed whatever was easy and whatever sounded good. So I kind of, there's a bunch of different varieties here. They're not all the same. Okay. But I'll put the descriptions with the full recipes for each one in the description box. I'm not going to do the pop-up for that because there's just going to be too many of them. And it all depends on how much, because I got these 2 great big packages of chicken, and we'll show you that in a minute when we get ready to add the chicken. Okay, and we ended up getting just the little chicken strips to make my life a little bit easier instead of the chicken breast. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so this one's going to be the garlic chicken and broccoli. So we're going to, you normally would add 2 pounds of boneless skinless chicken, but we're going to do that at the very, very end on all of the bags. Because I'm going to put all the ingredients in all the bags first. Then I'm going to add the chicken. That way I don't have to continue stopping and redoing and adding, washing my hands, okay? So we're going to skip the broccoli because we're not going to do that until we just get ready to cook it. So let me just give you the tidbit. Basically, for those who are new to freezer meals, is you put all your ingredients in the bag, all the ingredients that your recipe calls for, and then you take all the air out as much as possible. Make sure it's zip tight, and then you squeeze it and you move it around so all the marinade can go through everything and circulate through the meat of whatever it is that you're doing. And then you, of course, label the item, the cooking in time, and the cooking temperature, with plus whatever ingredients, or if you need to add anything. Because a lot of these freezer meals, it's the main thing. All you got to add is like maybe a cream sauce or a cream of chicken soup or something like that to it. But everything else is marinated. What's really nice is the flavor, the meat marinates while it's sitting in the bag. Also, it marinates while it's in the freezer. And then as it's thawing out, you want to thaw it the night before or the morning of, whatever it is that you're doing. Some recipes say just thaw it out 30 minutes before you cook it. Because there's another one that I'm not going to make today, but it's making coated chicken, which is like chicken nuggets, coated, but it's different. That I like it because it's marinated. And hubby makes a fantastic coated chicken nuggets. And I'll put a link of that video, because I did do a video of that, and put that in the link in the description box. And then you just take it out and you either put it in a cooking baking dish, cook it on the frying pan on the stove, cook it in the crock pot. There's all kinds of ways to cook it, and all these recipes give you, well, not all of them, most of them give you different ways to cook it. And I will also put that in the description box too, so make sure you go and check out for there. And if y'all have any freezer meals that are not on this video, I would love to have your recipe, or give me the name of where you got it, and I'll go online and look it up. And then I'll print it myself, because my OCD kicks in, and because I'm a messy cook, because I'm learning how to cook and bake, okay, I put everything in sheet protectors, so that way if something spills on it, it's not a big deal. I didn't lose it. I have to reprint the whole thing all over again. Okay, so let's get to making. So now we're going to add the broccoli. We're going to add later. The carrots we're going to add later. Water chestnuts, we're going to add that later. It asks for 6 garlic cloves, which are minced. And I'm using my chunky garlic because I want to hurry up and use that up. So it asks for, bear with me, I'm going to need to get my glasses, my readers here. Okay, and let me make that tight so it doesn't fall down. So it asks for, where's my garlic? 6 cloves of garlic. Okay, 1 teaspoon of this equals 1 medium clove. So you want 6 of these, so you want 6 teaspoons. And I got all my measuring spoons here. I got my extra measuring spoons here. Got my measuring cups. Oh, and you know what? I got, but where did I put it? Oh, right here. I got this measuring guide. Okay. And to make my life easier, 6, what does it say? Does it call for? It calls for 1 teaspoon, which equals 1 clove, and we need 6 cloves. So that'll be 6 teaspoons. 6 teaspoons. Where's the teaspoon? Tablespoon, 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 teaspoon. 6 teaspoons equals 1 ounce if you go into liquid volume, or 2 tablespoons, or 1/8 of a cup. So 1/8 of a cup is actually 6 teaspoons. So instead of using my teaspoon, doing it 6 different times, I can just do I just lost my train of where I just lost. I can just use 1/8 of a cup. So 1/8 of a cup. 1/3, 1/4. Okay, what is 1/8? I don't have a 1/8 cup. Okay, so what equals 1/8 cup? Oh, I just lost my little nail. 1/8 cup. 1/8 of a cup is actually 2 tablespoons. Okay, so 2 tablespoons equals 6 teaspoons. Okay, so let me move this right here, the way I have to find my nail and put it away. So, 2 tablespoons. I just had my tablespoon because I was using it to measure some stuff out. Okay, where did I put my measuring? We'll just use this one. This is fine because I got 2 sets here. So we're going to use 2 tablespoons. Now this one I'm only going to make 1 of something we haven't tried before, and then we'll be able to know if we like it or not. Then if we will, we'll put that on the make again list. 1. Ooh, that's going to take almost all my garlic. Okay. I did bring my little knife to move things out. But then this is garlic chicken. Yeah, garlic chicken and broccoli, so that's why it's asking for so much garlic. But boy, I wish we had smell-o-vision so y'all can smell it. Alrighty, so 3 cups of chicken broth. And let me go get that. I've got it on the, I made my own chicken broth. So let me stir it. And let me get myself a measuring spoon, measuring cup actually. Sorry for the alarm. That's my alarm to tell me to go to bed. So I'm not sitting here. I have my alarm to tell me to go to bed, so because I like to get up early, but I need to get at least my 6 hours of sleep. Okay, so it's asking for 3 cups of broth, so that's 2 cups. Let me go get another cup. Okay, so this is 1 cup, and that liquid's holding, the bag's holding good. Everything's not falling down on me. Oh, I just barely made that before I spilled it all over the table. Okay, let's move this out of the way because I am crowded on my little table here. I told hubby, yeah, since I'm doing all this baking and cooking, I need a bigger table. He goes, well, honey, we need a bigger kitchen first. Because there really is just enough room for 1.5 of us, because we're big, to get by on the side here. So, because we have it's a galley-sized kitchen, long and narrow. Okay, so I got my broth, 1/4 cup sodium soy sauce, and I'm going to be using the liquid aminos, which is a soy substitute. And I'm just going to shake it up. 1/4 cup. And then my 1/4 cup is right here. Alrighty. 1/4 cup. Okay, and then next is 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I know I brought my brown sugar up. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. We'll just use the same spoon. One. And because it's brown sugar, a little bit extra ain't gonna hurt nothing. Two. And let's scrape all that goodiness out of there. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. But that's the last of the sugar. I won't be muting that for nothing else. Unless next time. Because I'm only going to, like I said, I'm only going to do one of this batch just in case we don't care for it. 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. I know there was one of them okay, sesame oil is the one that I don't have. I'm totally out of it. I had a jar, a brand new jar, but I used it on the last 2 recipes I was making stuff on. So I have to add that to my grocery list. But what I can do is when I take it out to thaw, I'll put a note on I'll put it on with a Sharpie. I'll put on there, add this 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. So I'll open up the bag, put it in there, and then I'll let it thaw out, and then it'll marinate that whole day because it's going to be the night before and the whole day because we won't make this till the next day when we get off of work because we always take them out the night before. 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. And I do have rice vinegar right here. 2 tablespoons of that. 1. 2. And I think I'm going to be eating this again because I remember seeing it on another one of the recipes I'm going to make today. Okay, rice vinegar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and this is my freshly ground salt that I did myself. We're going to need 1/2 teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon. I'm not going to do too much salt because I know the other stuff has salt in it, so I don't want to make it really salty. And it asks for 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of ground black pepper. I'm just going to leave those lids off because I'll be using those again. The ground black pepper, we're going to use a lot of that because hubby and I love a little bit of kick. So, black pepper, salt. We're not going to do the cornstarch because that's going to be when we get ready to make it and put it in the oven. And then 1/3 cup of water. That I will do. Because anything liquid is just going to be good. And then when it thaws out, it's just going to make it all taste even much better. Okay, oh, don't spill. Alrighty. Yay, I made it! And I didn't have too many accidents. Okay, so this one's totally done, other than adding the chicken, which we're, again, like I said, we're going to do it at the very end, where I'm going to add all my chicken, but I'm going to put this over to the side with the bag and the holder. I'm just going to move it. And then I'm going to put my recipe right next to it so I'll know exactly what recipe that is. Okay, so let's go to the next one. This next one is a chicken and steak fajita, but we're just doing chicken because all we're doing tonight is chicken meals. So, okay, we're going to add on the marinade, we're going to do 2 zest of 2 limes. Reserve the limes for the juice for juicing at the end. Okay, so we're not going to, I don't have any lime zest. So we'll have to skip that out. I'll put that on the baggie and add that. I'll have to go to the store and buy some. Okay, 1.5 teaspoons of cumin. This is what's really nice about these freezer meals. If you're missing an ingredient, just write it on the baggie itself what you're missing. Then when you take it out to thaw the night before or the morning of, pour it in there, and that gives you time to go to the store and go buy what it is that you're missing. 1.5 teaspoons. Where's the 1/2? 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon. That's a tablespoon. Okay, so 1 teaspoon. Oh, let's do this other one because I don't want to. I know I'll be spilling. So 1.5 teaspoons of cumin. Okay, you can see me. I'm making sure that you can see me. You can. 1.5 teaspoons. I don't know why, but for some reason I got 3 cans of this cumin. And I don't use cumin that often. But I'm actually starting to use it more often because of all the bacon that I'm cooking that I'm making. Okay, cumin. I don't know if I'll need that again. Okay, 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder. Okay, where's the chili powder? Oregano, chili powder. Let me move these out of the way so I can give myself a little room. Let's move this garlic out of the way. 1 teaspoon. One and a half. Okay, 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder. Okay, the next thing is oregano. And I'm going to use the oregano leaves instead of the ground oregano. I have both, but I just want to use the leaves. And it's going to ask for only 1 teaspoon of this stuff. One teaspoon. Oregano, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of salt. And again, I'm not going to do a full solid teaspoon because a lot of the ingredients already have salt in them. Only 1/2 teaspoon of ground black pepper. That is weird. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of ground black pepper. Oh well. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm following the recipe. And then after we taste it, we'll know, because I'll put tips on the bag, so I'll know what we need to add or remove or delete to the recipe when we make it again. If we like it. If we don't like it, I put it on this, I mark my little recipe, but I keep it just in case, because somebody may like it, and I'll make it for them, even though hubby and I probably won't eat it. But I'll put on there, Carl and I don't care for it, the month and the year. Because who knows, maybe in a year or 2 years from now we may like it. You never know. I've actually had that happen before where I've made different meals and we didn't care for it. Then I made it again because this is what we had. And so I just like put something together. So we did it and we ended up liking it. So then I just scratch through it and say, nope, change of mind. We like it. Okay, black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon. 1/2 teaspoon garlic powder. Okay, that's onion powder. Where's my garlic powder? Garlic powder. 1/2 teaspoon. And what's nice about this is it only takes 25 minutes to cook, to bake. So that's a nice time saver right there when you're baking. Okay, onion powder. And then a pinch of red pepper flakes. Hubby and I do like that, so we're going to probably do 2 pinches because we love our spicy. I don't like it spicy, but I like a little bit of a kick. Okay, crushed red peppers there. So that's it for everything. So now on this one, all we have to do is add the chicken, which we're not going to do toward later on when we get ready to bake it. So 1 recipe down. That's 2 that are now completed. Oh, but you know what? Why don't we, that's the marinade. Why don't you add the oil and all that to soak in the chicken? Okay, where it says freezer meal directions. For freezers, freezer the marinade steak and chicken bags alongside the frozen peppers and onions. Options, don't do the onions or peppers because they don't taste good after they're frozen. Follow steps 1. Freeze the marinade steak and chicken bags. Okay. Okay, so it does say to do it. Okay, so let's go down to 3 tablespoons of avocado oil or olive oil. And I like avocado oil, and I'm going to use avocado oil. Here's my avocado oil. And it asks for 3 tablespoons. I just had my... Where's my table? Oh, there's my tablespoon. It was hiding under my little towel. So 3 tablespoons. That's a tablespoon. 1, 2, 3. And I brought myself a little towel to wipe stuff as it's here. So when I spill or I need to wipe something down, I can wipe it down and not have a big mess in my pantry. Okay, there's the avocado oil. Alrighty, so that's the avocado oil. We're not doing the bell peppers until just we're getting ready to cook it. We're doing the onion just when we get ready to cook it. 1½ teaspoons of sugar. Oh, my sugar is over there, so 1½ teaspoons. Okay, it's 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. So let me grab it right quick. And there's my sugar. Oh, I just spilled. I told you, I'm a messy cook. But I am getting a lot better. Okay, so there's the sugar. And then the rest we're going to do when we add the chicken to it. So that's bag number 2 ready. Alrighty. Next one's bag number 3. The next one on the list is my favorite, honey mustard chicken. We're going to do 1/3 cup of olive oil. Oh yeah, where's my olive oil? Olive oil. We're going to do 1/3 cup. One-third cup over here. 1/3 cup. Now what we need is a little hook here so we can hook this and then this could drip. I'm lazy, aren't I? Okay. I like these little spoons from Pampered Chef, measuring spoons and cups, because the measuring spoons have a flat bottom so you can lay it and it doesn't spill all over the place. Okay, 1/2 cup of honey. 1/4 cup of honey. And here's my honey. This is Nate's 100% pure Texas raw honey. And we live here in Texas. Okay, so 1/4 cup. Ooh, have just enough, but I have like 4 or 5 things of honey in little jars, and then I have a whole gallon. Is it one? I got a lick. That's so good. And then let me get my knife to remove all this excess goodiness. If you have not made a marinade of any kind and you want to try it, definitely use this one as your first one that you try. You will love it. Hubby is very much a picky eater. I am too, to a certain extent. But I'm willing to go outside my boundaries and my comfort zone and try something different. And this I've made it I don't know how many times, and every single time it's just like, oh man, we are just savoring every bite. And it's such a time saver when you're cooking it. So you can actually have dinner ready in less than 30 minutes. Which that's the whole reason of doing this. Is to save yourself some time in the kitchen. Okay, so there's the honey. 2 tablespoons of Dijon. Tablespoon Dijon mustard. I don't have Dijon mustard, but I'm going to use my spicy brown mustard because we actually care for this a little bit better than Dijon. Not only that, but Kroger had it on sale. You bought 4 of these. You bought 4 and you got 3 of them free. So we ended up getting twice. We were able to get them 2 of them. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 12 bottles of this stuff. Because this is mustard. Who doesn't use mustard on a regular basis? And we eat sandwiches. So for us, this was a win-win situation. And I'm going to squirt just a little bit more in there because we love this stuff. And I've done this before, so I know this tastes good. And it was just a squirt. Okay, I'm getting all sticky now. 1 teaspoon of salt, then we add the chicken, and then that's it for this one. This honey mustard chicken is ready. So we're going to need 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of salt. Ooh, that's a little too much salt. I'm really low on the salt. I don't care for too much salt. Okay, so this one's done. Let's go move this one out of the way. Okay. Let's put that one where it goes so we know what it is. And we go to the last bag. Okay. This one's going to be, okay, so we're either going to do Southwest chicken tenders or barbecue chicken sliders. Let's do the Southwest chicken tenders because we got strips of chicken tenders already. That's the type of meat that I'm putting in there. 1/3 cup of avocado oil. 1/3 cup. Alrighty, 1/3 cup. Something's still sticky all over my fingers. But I know it's from the honey, but I don't remember it getting all messy all over me. Okay, 1/3 cup of, I did that, 1/3 cup. I did that right. 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar. And my apple cider vinegar right here. I buy my vinegar, my honey and all that from Azure Standard. And I buy the big 1 or 5 gallon, depending on what it is. Because I go by price in my budget. And then I just save my same bottle. So this is not the same type of vinegar that I'm just using the bottle because this bottle fits perfectly in my little tiny pantry. And then I just refill it whenever I need it. 1/3, make sure, 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar, or you can use any vinegar, but I like apple cider vinegar. And the vinegar that I get from Azure comes with its own mother, which is all the ingredients and proteins and nutrients, so it's really good for you. Okay, so that's there. 1 tablespoon chopped fresh parsley or cilantro, actually cilantro, but I don't have either one. I don't have cilantro, but I have my dehydrated parsley. And I'm not going to measure that, I'm just going to put some in there. And when you do your dehydrated, you want to Squeeze it between, crumble it up between your fingers. Man, that smells so good. I really wish we had smell-o-vision. And I'm going to put just a little bit more parsley because this is dehydrated. That I dehydrated in my dehydrator. I got 3 of these jars. When I do this, I do a whole 3 jars. That way it lasts me for the whole year. Okay, that's the parsley one. Alrighty, and then 2 teaspoons of chili powder. Where's a teaspoon? That's a half a teaspoon. That's a tablespoon. 1 teaspoon. I know I just had the chili powder. Chili powder. Okay, 1 teaspoon. We're going to do 2 of these. 1, 2. Next thing is 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. I just had my garlic. Oh, I used the regular garlic chunky. And because this is practically empty, I'm going to go ahead and finish it off. And I did bring my garlic powder because I knew this was really running low. But I want to hurry and finish using this. And this is just store purchased garlic that's been minced. That saves me time because I got it for $1. I think it was at Kroger that I got this for $1, and it's good until it expires. What does it say? There's a date here when it expires. Which is about a year. So for those who don't use a lot, but you do use it, I know there was a date on it. I saw it. Keep refrigerated, which I keep it in my refrigerator. Fresh for weeks. See the off the cap. It's best before June the 15th, 2022, which was last year because this is May of 23. But I've been using this and I haven't got sick, and it smells fantastic, and there's no mold or nothing in it. So this is definitely a win-win for those of you who don't want to do a whole bunch of garlic or don't really care for a lot of garlic, but you want to have some flavor. And remember, that date is just the FDA stuff for legal stuff. That is just because you can use stuff that's older than that. But again, do your own homework, do your own research, and you do what's best for you. I have no problem because I look at it and there's no mold nowhere on there, so I'm good to go. And it smells good. It smells like garlic. Okay, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. Okay, and I'm using my leaves again. 1 teaspoon. I just dropped that. I gotta remember to get it. I gotta wash it down before I put it in here because this is my dirty floor. But that'll remind me to wash it before I put it back away. Wash and dry it. Okay, dried oregano, 1 teaspoon cumin, 1 teaspoon of cumin. One teaspoon cumin. Okay, come on out. Come on out. Don't be shy. There we go. 1 teaspoon of cumin. Alrighty, and then 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to do again, I'm not going to do a full teaspoon because I'm going to take it easy on the salt. 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. I wonder, if anybody knows, please post a comment. Why is it asking for 1 teaspoon of salt, but it's only asking for 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper? This is the second recipe that they said that. I don't know why. If anybody knows, would you let me know? I would really appreciate that. I'm just curious, because I like black pepper. Hubby does too. And optional, a pinch of red pepper flakes, which we are going to put a pinch. And of course, because y'all know me, 2 pinches. 1 pinch, 2 pinches. That pepper got me. Okay. And then we're going to add our chicken tenders. So that is it for these 4 bags. I'm going to pause you, clean up some of my mess because I'm going to get my chicken. And then we're going to lay the chicken, and then we'll go to the next phase. And then that next phase is closing it up, labeling everything, and we're done. Okay, we'll bring you back. Okay, we are back. I've labeled them all. I did not have enough chicken. I really thought I had enough, but when you count, these are little strips of chicken, not the entire chicken breast. Okay, so hubby takes at least 4 for dinner of the little chicken strips, but he only takes 2 of the chicken breasts, which are twice as big. And we got 2 packages of the family packs, which I thought for sure would make an easy 6 freezer meals, but there's no way. I got 4. And that was being a little on the skimpy side too. But that's okay, because I put the 2 recipes that I have never tried before. I just did that for 1 meal and no leftovers, because if we don't like it, we're not going to eat the leftovers. And I'm wiping my hands, my hands are all sticky. I did not get it all to the barbecue chicken, and I did not get to the crock pot honey bourbon chicken. So that'll be for another video. Okay, but I wanted to show you something. So once you take them out of the, once it's all ready to roll, okay, and this one's the one that had a lot of juice. Oh, I didn't label this one. Oh, what was this one? What was the one with the chicken broth? Oh, here it is right here. Phew, I was like, ouch. Okay. Yeah, okay, so this is the garlic chicken. It's going to be the garlic chicken and broccoli, okay? So you just take your little, because the whole point of this video mainly is to review these little baggy stands. Okay. There's a little bit of moisture right there on the seal, and I'm going to wipe that down because I want to make sure that I get a good seal. So you want to close it. And then just before you get to the edge, you want to squeeze all the air out. But do this slowly because this is liquid. Okay? And I'll bring this up here so you can see me a little bit better. So you want to, if you squeeze too much, the liquid's going to come out of the bag. Ask me how I know. Big mess, big mess. Okay, you want to do this slowly, squeeze all the water out. And then as you're squeezing all the air, not the water, all the air out, excuse me, sorry about that, misspoke. Then you use your other hand and you squeeze out all the excess air. Then you just get your, lay it on a flat surface and then move it around so all the goodies soak in and marinate in that thing. And this has got a lot of liquid, because this is that garlic chicken, and it needs all this liquid because you're going to, when this thaws out, you're going to put this whole thing in your dish, okay? And again, like I said, the full entire description, ingredients and recipes will be in the recipe in the description box. So before I forget, this is June 2023, and this is garlic, chicken, and broccoli. And this is really cut and dry, plain and simple, but I do need to add when I get ready to put it in my dish. Okay, it doesn't really tell you too much other than you put all this in, you don't put it in a baking dish, I'm sorry, you put this in the slow cooker. You can put everything, pour everything in the slow cooker. You combine the chicken, the broccoli, carrots, water, chestnuts, and the garlic. And in a large bowl, you mix the next 7 ingredients. You pour that over the mixture and you cook and cover. But you are able to freeze this. So that's why I made it into a freezer meal. Okay, then you're going to remove the chicken and the vegetables. You keep it warm. And you strain the cooking juices into a small saucepan. Skim off the fat. Bring the juices to a boil. And in a small bowl, you mix the cornstarch and the water until smooth. Stir in the cooking juices. Return to the boil. Cook and simmer until thickened. So this is where you get the served with chicken and vegetables over hot cooked rice. So that's why it's called garlic chicken and broccoli. So I'm just going to put on here C recipe because this has got too many details. But I have my recipes in a 3-ring binder, and I got little tabbies on each one, so that way it's get really easy for me or hubby to go right to it and know how to make it. So there's that. But I wanted to show you one more thing. Okay, let's move this one out of the way here. This is going to happen because you just never know. Here's this one. Here is our chicken fajitas. And you just want to smooth it around because you want to get all the honey, all the goodies, all the seasonings in there. And you want to coat it. So this is where you smooth it out, smooth it around. And then if you can, flip the chicken inside the bag, or the sealed bag, until all the coating is all over all the chicken. Okay? And I'm just showing you because I know I've seen a lot of YouTubers, and I've done actually the other websites too. And a lot of them don't show you this step. And here you have a big old clump of seasoning that don't know no meat. It's only on one side and not the entire side of the meat is getting coated. So get in there and get all messy. Get in there and move it around. Don't go crazy. And if you have long nails, be careful because you could jab your baggie and you'll have a big mess. I don't know because I've never had long nails. I type 99% of my days typing. So I don't have long nails. Okay. And because this has got honey in it, and it wasn't a whole lot of liquid like these other ones, with this one, because to save space in your freezer, wrap it, roll it, and look at how compact you made room for your freezer and your freezer meal, and then your label is right there so you know exactly what it is. So this way you can stick it in your freezer. So you save time, you save space, and you've got an entire meal there. This one is the Southwest chicken tenders, and I put on there, all you got to do is 425-degree oven, 15 minutes, flip them after 7.5 minutes, so cook the other side, so that's a total cooking time of 15 minutes. You're ready to eat in 20 minutes, because all this is already done. And this is just Southwest chicken. You can put this over a bed of rice, leave it by itself with nothing on there, put some sauteed vegetables, whatever it is that you want to make, and then you're going to smooth this all out. And then you see how you have all the marinade down here? Well, let's move that little baby around. Let's get that marinade all the way in the center here. There's the oregano leaves that I told you that you saw me use. And also don't forget, when this thaws out, you're going to have extra moisture liquid in there because of the ice from the frozen chicken thawing out. So it's going to be even more liquidy. It's amazing. It's already got some liquid in it. This chicken fajita did not, because we didn't use a whole lot of that. Now I want to get that one little herb out of there, because I want it down here in the bottom with the rest of my stuff. And then if you don't have room for all that, you lay this flat. Let me bring you down here so you can see. You want to lay it flat. And this one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of chicken strips on there. See that? That's little chicken strips, which is more than enough for me and the hubby's one meal. We're not going to get no leftovers with this, unless I do add, which I more than likely will, be adding rice and another side dish. Probably some green beans to go with it. That'll be a nice hearty meal, so we will have enough for a small leftovers for the next day's lunches. So you can lay them flat, and you can stack these all flat if you want to. Again, work with what you have, and do whatever fits your space, your area that you have. But I wanted to bring another thing to your attention here. Okay, so let me just bring that down, because going to just roll this and roll it again. And then I'm just going to, mine are going to lay this way because I don't have that much freezer space. Now here's what I want to bring to your attention. I was making this one. This is the honey mustard, which is my favorite. And as I was just marinating, smoothing it around to saute the sauces, my bag was leaking. Brand new bag. This was one of the brand new bags. So don't redo the whole thing. Just put the entire bag. Always make sure you have extra bags and put the entire bag, because you can see where I labeled. See there where I labeled it? And this is the inside. I'm not going to open it because I already had it. I've already sealed it, and this has got oil on here on the top. But you can see where I had it's already labeled. It was all done. I was just massaging it so all the juices and everything got on the chicken, and it started leaking on me. I spilled a whole bunch of my juicy stuff, but I still have plenty of it in here. So I just closed up the bag as much as I could, folded it down because all the directions are on the bag on the inside. Okay, so I don't need to write it down again because I'm going to use them both when I get ready to make this. So, plus, Puppy and I make this so much, we already know how to do it. Top it up, spray your casserole dish, pour all of this inside that dish, that sprayed dish. Don't cover it, don't put foil on it, don't put a lid on it. Stick it in the oven, and you bake it for 400-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes. And that's it. And you're done. You're ready. And then whatever side dishes you want to have. So keep in mind, always have some extra baggies with you in case you have a spillage of a seal that busted on one of your baggies. Which, you know, it happens. That's just the way it is. And you don't know until afterwards, so... Oh, I can feel there's a little bit of air, so I'm going to open it up just a tad because I already got the oil already on the top. I saw it. I'm going to try to squeeze as much of the air as I can because the air will add space in the freezer, plus it helps produce freezer burn. So I've got myself 4 meals ready to pop in the freezer, with the directions on them on how to bake them, cook them. Some of these things you can put on the crock pot. Some of these you put in a casserole dish. Some of them, like the fajita one, you just cook it in a frying pan. Because all you're doing is cooking the chicken because it's already all marinated and seasoned. So it's going to be a win-win situation. But this is my review on using these baggy holders to make your marinades. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.